Do you know what this weird looking contraption is? It's made by Insta360, it's called the Sphere, and if you own a DJI Mavic Air or a Mavic Air 2S, it can make it invisible. Hey everyone, this is Mike. Welcome back to another video. I hope you guys are doing great today. And today we're checking out this brand new product that has just been announced by Insta360 for the Mavic Air 2 and the Air 2S. So basically the concept of this thing is not new. We've seen it before and I've made reviews on similar tech for FPV drones. However, this is the first time I'm using something like this on a camera drone, and this has been specifically made for the Air 2 and the Air 2S, so it can fit right onto the drone, on the drone's body. It fits perfectly to the dimensions of the drone, and it works in a way that it shoots upwards from the drone and it shoots downwards from the drone from these two cameras, which are perfectly positioned so they can completely eliminate the drone from the footage itself. So you end up with a footage that looks like it has been shot from an invisible flying 360 camera, which is pretty cool. This right here is just one more tool for creative people who are looking to spice up their footage, looking for extra dynamic in their footage, and are looking for ways to stand out from the crowd. The cameras produce 5.7K 30 frames per second footage, and of course, as usual, you can use flow state stabilization to stabilize your shots afterwards. If you have used Insta360 products before, and especially the ones that shoot 360 video, then the whole experience is very similar. This module does not have a display, so obviously you will need to connect this to your phone, to the smartphone application by Insta360, so you can activate it and access all the different settings this has to offer. What you do have though is a button to power on the module, a button to stop and start recording. Also, you have a small indication here on the side which lets you know if you're recording, if the module is in standby mode, or if it's turned on or off. And of course you have the mechanism to strap this to the drone. It's a very easy way once you figure it out. At first it's like a little bit confusing how to actually mount this, but it's very easy once you get the hang of it. So when you look at the drone from the front, these two cameras have to be on its right side. That's an easy way to remember how to install them. Otherwise, it's just, you're going to mix them up constantly. But once you get the hang of it, it's quite easy. You have a really nice clamp that's just frees up the whole mechanism and enables you to quickly remove it, like so. And you can mount it on the drone very similarly by just using this clamp, and that's it. As you can see, I have protection both on the upper and the lower camera because these cameras can scratch up very easily, so you'll need to be aware that they have to be protected at all times, and you need to use the landing pad, which is also included in the package with this Insta360 Sphere. You need to use that to take off and land, because if you don't, you will end up scratching one of these lenses and you're going to ruin the product. On one of the sides of the module, you have a little button that indicates how much battery you have inside the module. You have a little battery door, which opens up to free up the battery, which sits inside. You also have a USB-C port for charging. And on one of the sides, I keep forgetting what it is, you have an SD card slot. Where is it? There it is. You also have an SD card slot to, of course, save your footage on. The module is built in a way that fits perfectly the Mavic Air 2 and the Mavic Air 2S. You have some holes for the vision sensors, and Insta360 claims that this module does not interfere with the GPS acquisition process. So usually you should be good to go straight after you turn on the drone because these drones do acquire GPS very quickly. However, it turns out that's not exactly the case, because when I was testing this module, the GPS acquisition process was quite slow, and in areas where I know I should be getting 20 plus satellites, I kept having 7, 8, 9, and then they were going back to 7, then back up to 8, then back to 7. So it was a slow process. It also took a really long time to really acquire a lot of GPS satellites. So if you end up getting this, you should be aware that the GPS acquisition is a bit slower, so you'll need a little bit more time to wait on the ground until the drone is absolutely ready to fly with enough GPS satellites. One more thing you should be aware of is because of the weight of this module, it will lower the total battery life of your drone by about 20%. So that's something that you should take into consideration. And also because of the weight, it will decrease the performance of the drone because it gets heavier. So it's a little bit wonky, a little bit quicker to go down when you push the left stick down. It will decrease the altitude a little bit quicker, so you should be aware of that. So make sure you are experienced enough, you know your surroundings well, because otherwise you will be surprised how the drone reacts to this. But after saying all of this, I have to say I really like the idea about this. The way that it's made and it fits perfectly on the drone makes it very, very easy to use. And also the idea of 360 footage coming from a camera drone is great, especially if you like the idea of FPV, but you don't want to get into FPV. You kind of have the chance to fake some FPV shots with this. You have a lot of freedom, a lot of flexibility to edit your shots afterwards and post. You have quite a few different presets inside the Insta360 app, which can do that for you. Or if you prefer, you can use the Insta360 Studio desktop application to edit the footage as you wish. The price of this module is $429 and it's available already on Insta360's website, which I'll link below. And like I said, this unit is definitely not for everyone. This is made for creative people who are a little bit more advanced in terms of flying and are looking for ways to squeeze out every possible thing out of their camera drone, like the Air 2 and the Air 2S. This allows for very creative, very unique looking shots that otherwise are not possible with these drones. I'm a little bit bummed out that it doesn't work with all the drones. Would have been great to use it on my Mavic 3 or the Mini 3 Pro, for example, but I guess that's just a hardware limitation because of the size of this unit and the way it's shaped, so it can fit perfectly on these two drones. Anyway, it's great to see Insta360 making more products that are geared towards people who are just creative and are just ready to explore new possibilities, new challenges, and new ways to create cool content. So that's everything I have for you today. Let me know what you think about the Insta360 Sphere in the comment section down below. Drop a like if you have enjoyed this video and subscribe if you want to see more videos from me. This is Mike from Drone Supremacy. Take care everyone, and I'll see you very soon. Ciao.